great to be chatting with you, Paige. How are you?
What up, though, Will?
Not much. I appreciate you taking the time to chat with me, and congratulations on A Breed Apart. I thought it was a lot of fun.
I appreciate you. Yo, you and your whip?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what's up.
I'm running around these days. Don't judge me.
No,
Uh,
I love it. I love it. I love it.
but big Farmer Jay. Love your character. He's definitely a scene stealer. And given the influencer element. I was curious if you felt like this role for you was sort of like a match made in heaven, given your, real life social media presence dating back to the days of Vine, RIP, by the way. So yeah, I mean, when you looked at this script and the role, were you like, oh, this is perfect?
Yeah, I mean, now that you say that, and then I think you even missed another element of it being perfect. I'm also a rapper,
Yeah,
you know.
right, right.
So being the influencer and a rapper, I mean, I've never farmed anything before, but in the creation of this role, I was like, yeah, this is like a perfect scenario for me because like I have empirical experience with all of these elements.
Yeah, no, that's great. Um, And doing a movie like this, given the crazy plot, battling these rabid animals, I couldn't help but think back to your movies, The Meg and Meg 2, which are also a lot of fun. I was curious when you did A Breed Apart, did you happen to notice, I don't know, any sort of similarities going from this movie and having done those? Um, were there any sort of parallels you noticed, or maybe not?
Uh, well, the parallels, I guess, would be like, I guess my affinity to creature features.
Yeah,
My affinity to be running away from monstrous animals that want to
yeah,
kill me.
right. Yeah,
I guess that's the thing. Like, no, but I think having the menagerie of different individuals that coalesce together to have one goal and one cause of um surviving being marooned on a particular place uh and having to use each other to help each other, escape and having, people get picked off one at a time. That type of thing, feels familiar to me and it's fun to be a part of them and to be able to see, like how different these characters are and as they leave in the journey.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah, that's cool. And speaking of, I'm also a big fan of Jason Statham's. I was curious if you have any memories, having worked with him on multiple projects. Is there anything you still find yourself talking about working with the guy?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I have something great with Statham. We filmed the second Meg in London in the winter, and there was a time that we were like in the water on the boat in the water, and we were freezing cold. Um, and at first you can have your coat on until it's time to, to shoot. And then actually, you know what? I don't even think we had our coats because the way they were shooting, you could probably see in the boat. So I'm not sure if we had our coats or not. Maybe we did, but all I remember is it was so cold that like our mouths were like chattering because it was, it's like, listen, you could be the greatest actor if you want, but your body is still your body. And if your body is reacting to elements around you, it's kind of hard to stop that. And he taught us about this breathing technique that he had learned from like some military people to help generate heat in the body through breath and breathing. And I thought that that was really cool. And I'm like, man, he's like a erudite. Like he knows so much. Like just even doing like movies, like he's so well rounded and versed in knowledge of things just because of his experiences.
Yeah, yeah, that's very interesting. I wasn't aware of that technique. That's good to know, though. I'll look into that. Very cool. And I was curious. Yeah, I saw that you're in an upcoming movie called Code 3. I was curious if you know anything about its release date, if you can share anything more about your character, maybe, or it looks like a great cast alongside yourself. So,
Yeah, so Rainn Wilson is the lead of that film, who I've done multiple projects with, movies and television. Lil Rel is also co-starring with him, and I've done multiple projects with Lil Rel. Um, and I think it comes out this fall. It premiered at TIFF last year. I have another movie called New Jack Fury, where I'm the lead antagonist in it, that premiered at South by Southwest. And I have an album that drops on the same day as A Breed Apart, May 16th, this Friday, self-titled album. And I'm really excited about that. It has wonderful, great songs on there that I think everybody should check out.
absolutely, yeah, that's great to hear. That's exciting stuff. You're a busy man. Yeah, and I was looking, I mean, at your filmography. In addition to the movies, you've been in so many great TV shows from over the years. Is there one, show or series that you've been on that you think was the most memorable, whether it was a guest starring appearance or recurring role, or one that's really stood out to you?
You know, I typically would give the normal answers that everyone knows me from, which would be either Weeds or Blue Mountain State. But when you say that stood out to me, I think like my best performance that I've ever given was like in a show called The Closer, and I was just a
Oh yeah,
guest star. And it with Kira Cedric, and yeah, I had a very explosive character that I got to play on that show.
very cool. Yeah, I remember the
Yeah, it
close.
was it was it was
Yeah, that show is on forever. I mean, she's great, and yeah, that was a good one. And here you are with A Breed Apart. So congratulations again, and can't wait for everyone else to see it.
Thank you very much. Well, I appreciate you.